Hi everyone, thanks for checking out another InfoSec Hub video. Today we're going to talk about data backups, making backups of your servers and your systems and of data inside of databases, maybe file servers, NASes, you have it. Everything that contains data that's valuable to you. And why is this related to information security? Information security, information is data, and you do everything in order to protect it. You protect it from hackers, or you protect it from hardware failing on you. For instance, if a hard drive crashes, you lose your data. That's just unfortunate, and you want to make sure that you make backups of all your data. As you can see here in this figure right in front of you, we have different kind of types of backups. You can have a full backup, and it provides you with a full copy of the data set. So you copy everything in entirety. You probably copy a whole platform, or let's say you run a website and it's one web server, it's one database server. You not only copy the database and the data, basically customer data, analytical data, but you copy the web server, the state of the web server, and the state of the database server, including the database itself. So that's a full copy, and of course it offers the best protection. Because you can restore it, but it's very time consuming because it takes a lot of resources to make that copy happening. And because you make a full backup of everything, you need a lot of storage space. The best way to do backups, in my opinion, is incremental database backups or data backups. And what that is, you make a backup, and soon as you make a backup, that's a point in time. And let's say, for instance, you make daily incremental backups and they run every night at 4 o'clock. Then you are saving what happened between the point 4 o'clock now and 24 hours later at that point. So you take snapshots. So but if you do this, let's say not every 24 hours, because then in the case you lose your data or something goes wrong, you can restore, but you lose 24 hours of work of data. It really depends on the type of data and the type of business that you're in, if this is good enough. Let's say, for instance, you do an incremental database backup every 2 hours, then you can lose 2 hours of data of work maximum. And that would be a fast way to make backups. They take some time, of course, and you need all backups in the backup chain in order, if you want to do a restore. So maybe you have every 2 hours, so you need to have a couple of times that you make a snapshot and a point in time. But it takes less time than a full backup, and you still have pretty good protection, I would say, and I think this is the best of the best. Then you have differential backups, and they shorter restore time than an incremental. So if you want to restore, put your data back to a certain point in time, then it's faster than incremental backup. Why? Because you don't need the whole sequence of backups, basically. And the drawback here, as you can see, they can grow in bigger size, but storage nowadays is not a big issue no more. It's quite cheap. But then again, do you want that? I mean, the more compact, the less resources you need to restore or to make a database backup. I mean, that's, in my opinion, that's the most optimal what you want. Then a synthetic full backup, a reduced restore time, less bandwidth usage benefits, newer, so not all as well known. So this is one of the more newer forms of backups, and it hasn't been proven yet. That's basically what they're saying. You can experiment with it, but if you have a live environment and that you have lots of customers and you have certain service level agreements, then you either go for full or incremental, I would say. And then we have the last one, incremental forever. So we covered incremental, and this is incremental forever. And this is the benefits, is the availability of data. So it makes a lot of points in time. Automated restoration process. Okay, so it can restore itself automatically when it notices there is something going on or is going wrong. Okay. Also, this is kind of a newer type of backup and need all the backups in a backup chain to restore. Basically the same as incremental. It really depends on what kind of business and what kind of data that you're willing to restore. Let's say, for instance, there's a lot of data being pushed and generated, and 2 hours can make a whole lot of difference. Then you should go for incremental database backups, definitely. But if you have lots of infrastructure in the forms of servers, a state of a machine, so you configure the machine the way you want it and it runs fine for now, you also want to store that configuration somewhere, and with a full backup, it also takes those servers and configuration settings with it. So it really depends. I think for a website, an incremental backup should be sufficient, I think. But if you run Google, for instance, or any other, Facebook, maybe a full backup of everything, the whole platform, I would say, is recommended. But I'm not really sure about the last part. But just remember, backups are important when it comes to restoring and keeping all your data safe, not only from hackers or malware attacks, ransomware attacks, but also failing hard drives. It doesn't happen that often, but when you don't have it backed up, then you lose your files forever, and that would be a pity, wouldn't it? So we want to thank you for watching another video, and we hope to catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.